Greetings and welcome to Alonzo Bash Podcast. I'm your host, Alonzo Bash, and of course, we're here at the beautiful Linganore Wineries here in Mount Airy, Maryland. Of course, home of the largest Caribbean wine festival in the East Coast, longest running, and we're here with second generation.
Yep.
Owner Mr. Eric Allen, and of course, yeah, man, I want to sit down and have a nice in-depth conversation about the history of Linganore. You guys, what would be your grandparents?
My father.
Your father?
Yeah, my father. My parents started through job transfers. They're originally from Brooklyn and Queens, New York.
Okay,
and
nice.
Made it down to this area. Most people don't know this, but my dad in 1957 had a chemical accident and was blind.
Wow. I never knew
So
that.
ever since 57, he was blind, and then made it down to this area to work for National Bureau of Standards, which is now NIST.
Okay.
And I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and they're like, we need a house big enough to hold 6 kids. And my dad gets this crazy idea. He's like, my mom's Lucille. He's like, Lou, let's buy a farm.
Okay.
So we started planting grapes in 1972.
Yes. So he bought the farm while he was working at the.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He worked for actually DOE, Department of Energy, for quite a while.
Okay.
But because he had a full-time job, it actually allowed us to, to do this, because you basically, to run a farm, you needed a full-time job to pay for it.
Okay. Nice,
but we had cows and sheep, and we made hay, and we embraced the farm living, right?
well, I gotta take it back. So the grounds that we're on right now, 230 acres.
230 acres.
So your dad brought that back in 1970.
71 is when we bought it, but we moved in 72.
72.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it looks nothing like what it looks like now. So what did it look like back then? That forest?
So no, it was wide open fields.
Okay.
Where the main festival areas that used to be a cornfield and our sheep pasture.
Okay.
And we had a lot of outbuildings. We had 5 or 6. We had
really?
It's an old farm, so it had a tack room for tacking horses. It had a pig pen. It had a chicken coop, a couple chicken coops. It was a shop, a lot of places to put corn, the corn silos, and so it was a lot of work. A working farm.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you see, you have 6 siblings. You mentioned. Okay.
5. I have 5.
5.
Yeah. I'm the 6th.
All right. So what was it like growing up on a farm as a kid? Sounds like a lot of fun, but it sounds like a lot of work as well.
So we moved here. I was 5.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I didn't do much work when I was 5.
I mean, that's good.
But as the winery grew and I got older, I actually didn't want anything to do with the wine.
Okay.
I was like, this is too crazy. I want to. So I got my degree in information systems.
Okay.
And I was like, I hate programming. I don't want anything to do with that. And I was fortunate enough. My dad said, hey, you graduated. We'd like to offer you a full-time job here.
Oh, wow.
As the vineyard manager.
Wow.
I was like, sign me up.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's nice.
And I get to be here every day looking at this scenery and working on the grapes and managing the whole thing. So I'm living large.
Okay. So what was the transition from livestock, that's what you guys had, to actually going full time into winery?
So the winery started in 76.
Okay.
And in 1984, it was finally doing well enough that we didn't need to have animals and the winery.
Okay.
So in 1984, we got rid of all of our animals and focused on just growing grapes and making wine.
Nice.
But we are literally in the original part of the barn that was the tasting room.
Okay.
I don't see it here, but we used to have a sign up here that was written by my brother Anthony, handwritten in paint, about picking up your combination of wines, and so it was pretty neat.
Wow. What was the first wine you guys manufactured? Like,
so
because you have so many different brands today.
My dad loved the idea of berry wine.
Okay.
And he actually back in the old days, the European grapes were not called grapes; they were called wineberries. Okay, so he was like wineberry, but it didn't flow, so he's berry wine. But when we first started, we only made dry wines, and because of the berry wine name, we got into making some fruit wines. Okay. And now we have this huge following for fun wines, mango sangria, strawberry wine. We usually put some kind of fun strawberry wine thing out for the Caribbean Festival.
Nice.
And this year, we're doing something new. We have a whole cocktail cabana that we're putting in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be insane and hectic because it's going to be right down by the stage, and I don't know what's going to go on with it. But this is Morgan's idea.
Let that be. It sounds fun. It sounds fun. Well, a couple of years ago, you guys had a chocolate wine too, yeah?
Yeah, we still have that. Indulgence. Yep.
Okay. Nice. All right. So before we talk about more into the Caribbean wine festival, the wines. Now, I'm not a wine connoisseur of sorts. So for someone who may not be a wine drinker or don't know much about wines, can you elaborate on the difference between a dry wine, a sweet wine?
It's super simple.
Rose wine. Yeah.
It's super simple.
Yeah.
Do you put sugar in your tea, or don't you put sugar in your tea?
Okay.
All right. So if you don't put sugar in your tea, you probably like it drier. If you put sugar in your tea, you like it sweeter.
You know what?
So
I never really explained that way.
Really, really easy. Yeah. And and we have so many different wines here.
Yeah.
You don't have to, what you like. And that's why we have tastings here. Once you come in, there's a whole tasting pavilion. You can taste in here. Yeah. We don't want to have you go home with something you don't like. Yeah. If you get a bottle of wine, or you drink something you don't like. So, we have it all. We have the, dry wines, sweet wines, we have sparkling wines. Yeah. We even have a brewery here that makes beers and ciders.
Yes.
So so it's really fun.
Yeah. What was the market like for Linganore in let's say for the state of Maryland on the East Coast, rather, because a lot of different wineries, and even just right here in Maryland, as far as like what sets your wine different to the other wineries, other brands that's out there?
Well, we are kind of an eclectic brand. We have a lot of different. My brother, who's was the original winemaker, now he's part of the winemaking team.
Okay.
Used to say we're like the Baskin Robbins of the wine industry.
Okay.
31 flavors, and you should be able to find something you like, right?
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
We even used to make, we don't make it anymore, but we used to make dandelion wine. Okay. And we made dandelion wine. Dandelion wine. Yeah, we made dandelion wine because the local people would come up here and they would be curious about what's going on, and they'd stop by and they'd be like, oh, but we don't drink. And they're like, but every now and then we drink a dandelion wine. Do you have dandelion wine? So my brother got so mad that people would come up and be like, oh no, but we don't drink, but dandelion wine. He's like, I'm making dandelion wine.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, we made dandelion wine. We make mead, which is the traditional medieval drink. It's one of the oldest known fermented beverages.
Really?
We made we make a traditional mead right now. We only make one, a traditional mead that is the official mead of the Maryland Renaissance Festival, which is also one of the biggest Renaissance festivals on the East Coast.
Yeah, nice. See, you guys just keep making history. I think I'll.
We even made Tej a long time ago, which was an Ethiopian honey wine.
Really?
And we had a Wandi was he started coming up, drinking our wine, and then he's like, we need to distribute this wine for you, and then they started bringing it down to some of the DC restaurants.
Nice.
Turns out we can't make it anymore because the feds outlawed what makes it taste like Tej. It has something called geisha in it, and supposedly it's a carcinogen. They don't. FDA doesn't allow that anymore.
That's
yeah. Well, whatever. What are you gonna
do? Yeah. Well, that's interesting, man. That's interesting. All right. So let's talk about some of the festivals. So you guys have you got the food truck festival. I remember.
I don't.
Food festival.
We do. We really only have 3 main festivals right now. We have the Caribbean Festival, which is this one coming up. This Memorial Day weekend, and then in July was the original Reggae Festival, which we've actually moved to October.
Okay.
And then the July Festival we're changing and having the traditional music of DC.
Okay. Like go-go.
Go-go. We're having some really good DC go-go bands coming up.
That's nice.
So it should be fun.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice twist. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, nobody embraces, except if you're really in downtown DC. Nobody embraces go-go, and it's fun and upbeat, and
it's a lot of history with go-go. I actually did an interview recently with Ras Ledge. He's one of those go-go. I would say pioneers of sorts, but he kind of mixed go-go and reggae. But there's a lot of history. It'll go back to Chuck Brown and stuff like that with go-go music. But that's a good look for you guys.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna be a good fit, and we'll see.
Yeah.
The dedicated reggae fans of ours. We're just like, it's too hot to come in the summertime. We're just coming to the October one. So we were like, well, we should change it so it's not the same. And we were like, what? We tried to do soca music the last festival, and it didn't really fit right. I don't know. It didn't give us what we expected to give us.
Well, we're having a conversation. The tag for the podcast is real people, real conversations. So what was the challenge that you believe you guys had?
So our biggest challenge was there is a soca festival, and they slapped a cease and desist order on us.
Oh, okay. See, I gotta be.
So we couldn't advertise it as a soca festival anymore. So we were like, well, let's find something new.
Okay. Hey, these are the things I didn't know. So you can't call it a soca festival.
So we couldn't call it a soca music and wine festival. So we had to.
It was soca. Yeah.
So we couldn't say soca. So we were just like, well, how do you advertise it? It was. We probably could have fought it.
Yeah.
But our lawyer that we talked to said it's going to cost you a lot of money, and I can't guarantee you're going to win.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we should embrace the local DC culture.
Yes.
Here at the winery, because there's a lot of people that follow us from the DC area.
Yes.
So so we decided to change this year, and I think it's going to be a good change. People are excited about it.
Yeah, it's a good change.
Go-go is like really
when you made,
really fun
with the soca thing. Well, we'll leave it as that. I saw something that caught my attention also. You guys have a goat yoga?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, explain that to me. What exactly is goat yoga?
So there's yoga with yoga mats in a pen, and they bring in all these goats. Some are miniature goats, some are baby goats, and they come over and walk on you. And, and
you tried it before?
No. You got me though.
Interesting.
The brewery does. When we were in our old brewery, they did puppy yoga.
Okay.
And they would have all these little puppies running around while trying to do yoga.
Yeah, so the goat yoga is when? When is that?
Oh, I don't know the dates. You're talking to the wrong person. You need to talk to Morgan about all that.
I have to talk to Morgan about that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. All right. So let's go back to the Caribbean Wine Fest. What made you guys decide to actually start the Caribbean Wine Festival? And what was the inspiration behind that? I mean, it's been around for a while.
It really started probably 35 years ago.
Wow,
and it started because Sarge and the Image Band
yes.
started coming up here, and he's like, I think we could pull off a little festival up here for you guys. And we're like, what? No one's going to come out here for that. Are you out of your mind? So we started it, and it kind of stuck. And it was, we had a lot of different things. My dad was like, well, let's try this. Oh, well, let's try that. Yeah. We had a watermelon festival. We had square dancing. We had a lot of different things going on back in the day.
Well, you know what? You got to very forward thinking.
We had the watermelon queen come up here, and I didn't even know there was one.
See?
But we ordered a dump truck full of watermelons for that. So that one was a one and done. But there's we had Alphorns up here before, and they're just up here blowing their Alphorns, and it was really cool. And we used to have back in the old days, there was a company that would come up and do helicopter rides. And you could buy a little thing and fly around the property, and
that's interesting.
That was pretty neat.
That's pretty interesting. I could see that. Wow. Yeah, you guys are very progressive in your thought process. I must say, a lot of different things.
Well, we want to make wines that people like.
Yeah.
Right. We want to embrace things that people like to do, and we became a sweet wine winery because we found there was a lot of people that like sweet wines. I'm drinking dry wine.
Okay, I'm drinking sweet wine.
But we still love all of the aspects of wine and how it's made, and it's just wine has always traditionally been a drink to get together and socialize and have over food.
Yes.
And that is being half Sicilian, it's something we always did.
Yeah.
Our family always got together for large meals. We'd sit down, have conversation, drink wine, and it was fun.
How long did it take to produce a bottle of wine from grape to the bottle? That process.
So most of it is about a year. The whites, the rosés, the fruit wines, strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, those things are about a year from crush to bottle. The drier wines, we have some drier whites and drier reds that we age for at least 2 years. Sometimes we age it for 2 years in the barrel. We bottle it and age it for another year in the bottle before releasing it. So, I'm the vineyard side of it. I'm not the winemaking side of it, but it can't be rushed. They know when it's ready, and if it's not ready, it's not ready.
That's right.
Yeah, we have some really good people on our winemaking team, and they know about making wine. They do a really good job.
Wow, pretty good. Yeah, I like sweet. I like sugar in my tea.
Okay, I like sugar in my tea.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like sweet tea, but without the sweet. No, Ted Lasso does a good thing about tea, and then he spits it out every time he tries it, and he's like, I don't know how you drink this brown water.
Well, definitely. Well, at this point, man, I'm gonna leave it open. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
Well, we became popular in the sweet wines with festivals.
Yes. Yes.
But I will say a lot of people follow us and they come here all the time. So this is not just a festival winery, a 3-weekend-a-year winery. You can come up anytime.
Anytime.
You can do a tasting. We have a beautiful patio. We have a beautiful lawn. With picnic tables, and people spend the day. They come up, spend the day, enjoy the country. Glisson's Mill Road is 5 miles long. It has not one development on it. Not one.
It's amazing.
You just see the pretty countryside when you're here.
I love driving up here.
I love driving. I still love driving up here.
Very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. And I've been here outside of the wine festival because, like you said, it's an open space. You can come in anytime. And like you mentioned, you can sit outside in the field on the benches and whatnot.
Right.
This is my first time really coming inside. I think I've been to maybe
that was the old tasting room down there. Yeah, we call it the Bocce.
Okay, I've been there. I never knew this part existed.
And then we have an entire wedding banquet hall upstairs.
Yes, I did see that. Morgan did show me. I'll take some shots of that before I leave it.
Right.
That's amazing. I love how you guys did that.
And it's all it's all a turn of the century, so it's like built in the early 1900s or late 1800s. We don't know the exact dates of all the buildings on the farms because it was actually prior to the tax records, and that's how they like kept track of you.
Wow.
So nice. It's quite a thing, and we have a really helpful, friendly staff that does their best to even if you don't know anything about wines, they're going to help you. They're going to guide you right through. And look, wine might not be for you. But that's okay. But give it a shot.
You guys also have a membership program as well.
We have basically a club that you can get wine shipped to you every quarter. And we have email, and we have you can sign up to our email club, and you can get all the information all the time sent to you, because you might not, maybe you don't want to go to the Go-Go Festival, but you're like, oh, I want to get goats walking on me.
Definitely investigate out.
And then we do sunset picnics, and we do all kinds of fun stuff.
So sunset picnic, that's something. Is that every day or weekend?
No, it's certain times. I think there's 3 or 4 over the summer. And we set you up on the lawn.
Oh, so a bunch of people that's picnicking at the same time.
At the same time. Yeah. So we set you up on the lawn, and you have a blanket, and you have it's like this lower table that just so you can put stuff on, and I don't know what's included, and you would have to go online and talk to it.
It's cool, man. Well, Mr. Rickman, I really appreciate it, man. I love what you guys have been doing over the years. Just keeping as far as your father's legacy, and the involvement you guys have been doing with the Caribbean community as well. Giving a lot of local bands in the area a platform.
Right.
I've seen that over the years, and
well, it's important. The local. We're big into local. And the local vibe is something. And and you just have to embrace it. And we have local cheeses and local meats and local. So I mean, we try to keep it close. I mean, most of the grapes that we have in the wine are from here. I'm the vineyard manager. We have 80 acres of grapes now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. All right. Well, give thanks, man. Much appreciation.
Well, it was so much fun having you come out and interview and
thanks.
Drink a little wine. Cheers to you.
Yes. Give thanks, man. Much appreciation.